Hey everyone, and welcome back to Community Builds. Finally. It's been too long, but whatever. Finally back, spinning on a chair. I don't know why. My arm is still messed up. But either way, I'm still having the issue with downloading everything every time Steam or my game starts. So unfortunately, we are stuck with vanilla stuff at the moment. But nonetheless, I have 7, I think, creations for you this week. Starting with a Subaru 22B by Dasmashi. I'm not sure if it has a description. Oh, it does. Not the best thing ever, just made it for fun. Lots of little details are either wrong or missing, whatever. And then other people helped. JJ Plays and Dusty Red. One thing I did forget is how big vanilla cars are compared to using mods now. I'd really like to get back to with using mods, but whatever. This is awesome for vanilla. Oh, so those are little lights of some kind. I wonder what lights those are. I'm curious. But it looks just like a 22B. It looks awesome. We'll turn signal there. I'm really curious. Oh, so no lights. Ah, whatever. I forgot to look underneath. Simple suspension. At least it has all the little bits that it needs to have. It's got a boxer. Oh, that's different. I haven't seen this steering done like that before. I guess that would give it a bit of a better, more realistic turning. But that's just, I've never seen that before. And then, interesting. So no like actual springs or anything, but I've never seen suspend or steering like that. That's really cool. I'll have to try that in survival. Once I get wedges, that is. But this actually handles really well. Even without having springs, this handles really well. Is it engine suspension or is it just on controllers? It's just on controllers. Interesting. All-wheel drive, as it should be. And just awesome. I like seeing what people... water. What people can do in vanilla. Why is it lagging so much now, though? It does seem to be a little bit laggy. Could just be my computer, but whatever. But this is really cool. I like it. If you're looking for a really good vanilla rally car, or even just a cool Subaru to put around in, I highly recommend this. This is awesome. But I don't really know what else to check out, as nothing really moves or any of that. It's just a fun car to drive. So let's move on to the next one. Also, this one won't be on the workshop, as when Dasmashi uploaded it, their workshop was still glitching and they couldn't upload to it. So this is on the vanilla community builds part on my Discord. Either way. Next is a third. I can't read that all now. But next is, I'm guessing, a third generation Dodge. Oh, second. Okay. Generation Dodge 12 valve Cummins dually. And if not for the glitch welding, this would be amazing in survival. You even have a little holder for the spare tire and everything. This looks really good. Awesome axle and steering setup. Pretty much everything but the drive shafts. Alright, can we open the hood? No moving bodywork, but that keeps lag down. And with glitch welding, it's kind of hard to have moving bodywork with vanilla. and glitch welding, but oh well. This would look so good in survival. I could make a trailer for this and everything. This is awesome. Nice little interior, upside down radio, makeshift gauges. This is awesome. I wonder how good this would really be at towing. So we've got like our main headlights and marker lights, horn, and the radio. I've been trying to figure out how to make a good looking dually for survival because I've got a couple RV trailers that I want to build. I've had a fifth wheel that even had a slide out, with the floor that lifted up and everything. And then I've got another design that's just a camper without a slide out and stuff, and I have nothing to tow them with. But if I could figure out something like this for survival, especially once wedges come out, that would be incredible. Like, even the exhaust on there, using the mug and just piping, adds on so much more little detail that needs to be there. This thing's awesome. I honestly have something I'd kind of like to copy for survival. I'm not saying like directly this perfectly because I don't have the weld tool or anything, but just a personal design that follows this kind of look. It looks really cool. And along with the transport truck and some kind of flatbed for like the cutter, ooh. I'll make something kind of based off of this, I guess, with a low deck gooseneck flatbed with a couple resource containers on it to help keep the weight forwards. And then I'll put the cutter on it over the wheels. And then that'll be how I can get the cutter around. Awesome. That sounds good. That's one reason I like doing community builds, because I get so much inspiration from it. And other people do too. If you were just to do like a proper lighting system, maybe, other than lag, add in the doors and stuff, this would be, and is, awesome. But I need to move on to the next one, which is, one second. Let's have a quick drink. This is an 8x8 off-road truck by TNs. No mods, suspension without using springs. Oh, so it uses rocker bars, okay. Do low gear, horn lights, and fog lights. This looks like it's going to have similar suspension to Tatra, while using rocker arms instead of springs. Oh, what's the piston for? Oh, the piston's probably for low range. That's an interesting way of doing it. So once again, no doors, but oh well. Simple little interior. It's good. This looks really good. I'm surprised you got it so small. Every 8x8 I've made is huge. But you even got like your engine and stuff. Am I looking better? Not really. But you can see what's supposed to be an engine and whatnot. Exhaust. Radiators or intercoolers or something. I like how you did your fenders. They look really good too. Especially with that mount. I don't see this mount enough, and it's a really good mount to just quote-unquote hold things on. There's the intake that actually leads inside. On both sides? Yep. Alright. Let's check out the suspension. So yeah, that's what I thought. Tatra style, almost, with a rocker arm. This is cool. And it should work really well. So, let's try it. Oops. Jump up. Let's jump on the bumper, I guess. There we go. So there's 4-wheel steering, and then it's 8 wheels, 8-wheel drive, 4-wheel steering. That engages the low. Horn. Lights. And the other light. Okay. Let's go. Wow. This actually works really well. This would be so good in survival too. Use this as like some kind of expedition vehicle, kind of like my mobile base. Because it's not super fast, but if you were to make this out of metal block 3, it would be really strong. And because it's electric, it's got tons of torque. So you'd be able to tow a trailer with like probably a lot on it, a mobile base with all the new building stuff probably, and still get around no problem. Like, this thing's awesome. And then the lack of springs using the rocker bars and stuff would help in survival with lack of bearing and spring strength. See if putting it in low helps with this any. And it does. It helps the back. The front could use a little bit more, but this is awesome. I wish I had a trailer to test it with, or just something to tow. But I don't. I don't think my mobile base trailer would attach to this very well. I am curious though, what is the size of it compared to this thing? I'm gonna line up the very frontmost wheel. Wow. Because I kind of thought that was small. Well, I guess really that's pretty big, but compared to that, I'm amazed you got that thing so small. You did use the saddles and stuff. Or is that the saddle? No, that's just the normal seat. I thought that was a saddle for a second. So yeah, just with a little bit of glitch welding, you got this really small. I'm impressed. But you know what I mean? This thing with a low trailer, with just what you need on it to go out and exploring, in more of like, I don't know, a more off-roady way. Going through the trees and stuff. That would be really cool with this. But either way, I am going to move on to the next creation. I might have to build something like this in survival too. I'm really curious as what people are building in survival. This is an Ibishu pigeon in baby blue, made to match Mui. I can't pronounce their name, but Mui. Their pigeon that they like to use on Beam and G Drive. They're another YouTuber. It's built by Honcho Boots and doesn't have a description. But by the looks of it, this is very, very well done and extremely accurate to the real one. In Beam, although I don't drive it very much, the Pigeon is one of my favorite vehicles. I have a four-wheeled version that I tuned and like to mess around with. But one thing that I haven't really seen people do is use that curved wedge above a wheel to get clearance for steering. I don't think I've really seen that before. Either way, you've got your single front wheel, got two engines, I'm assuming for weight. That probably has something to do with weight, or I don't know. Not sure what that'll be. Maybe some kind of gyro to keep it up. And then a simple straight axle in the back. Little bit of glitch welding to get the axle up higher a little bit, but that's fine. Little taillights. No body panels that move, but that's perfectly fine. This thing would be adorable in survival, just to kind of putt around in. It's even right-hand drive like it's supposed to be. Sounds like a little tiny engine powering it. So that does spin. I wonder why that spins. I'm really curious. Oops. It did. There we go. Lights. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting that to be such a high pitch. That's adorable. This thing's awesome. And it handles just like the actual Pigeon. Just like the actual Pigeon. This is similar to like Reliant stuff, like the Reliant Robin, and I think there was a delivery van and a couple other things. There's a lot of vehicles. I think there was even a Trident or something, but this is awesome. If you want something simple and small to just put around in, definitely check this out. To be honest, this is giving me even more ideas in survival because for the longest time I've wanted a vehicle that looks decent and is just big enough to hold one chest with maybe a bed on top of it. And if I build a little three-wheeler like this, just a little bit bigger, it would hold just a bed and a chest in the bed. But this is adorable. You could put like 2 or 3 little chests in the back of this and just go from like the ship to the warehouse and or workshop and stuff like that. This is adorable. I drive it around more, but I gotta check out more stuff. And there isn't really any more to check out on it. So, yeah, if you want a cute little tiny truck, definitely check that out. I love that thing. It's adorable. The next creation is once again made by Desmashi. This is a 1980 Convoy Mark II homologation special. I'll just let that sink in really quick because that was kind of confusing to me. Same brand as the other rally car I made, Con, but this is a little less of a full-on rally car. Not good at coming up with companies or whatever. But Con specializes in rally cars. Alright. Marketing stuff. Factories, special amenities, mud flaps, blue trim, rear ring, la 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 la. I'll let you guys read this, so just pause and... Little 4-cylinder. Wow, you actually went into a lot of detail with this. That's cool. And there's a duck. Of course there's a duck. Cool. Awesome. This should be good. So I guess this is a vanilla rally car that they've put some more detail into. And yeah, I can see a bit of a subframe there. A little bit of a chassis in the middle. Your exhaust, a big can that's actually on an angle. Mud flaps. This thing's awesome. It looks so good. Oh, that probably has to do with like lights or steering or something. 3 seats in the back. Actually, that's a good idea. Using these seats for passenger seats, they would fit closer together. The back looks like a Ford Escort, and kind of from the side. Not sure from the front though. And ducky. Does the duck spin? Oh, it's that kind. Is it going to turn when I turn? It does. So one thing, if you leave a duck on an open bearing with no like thingy, it will always face the original pointed directions. So say you want, let's say that's north. Say you want your duck to always point north. As long as you don't put your vehicle back on the left, it should always point that direction. I don't know why it happens, it just does. I'm curious to see what that thing in the back is. So that's the horn. That's left signal, right signal, and lights. Okay, that's doing something there. Oh, that's your taillights. Okay, that makes sense. This is awesome. It handles really good too. It's a little bit bouncy, but vehicles in this tend to be. Seems like something's either hitting or bottoming out. But other than that, I like this. It looks really good. It handles really good. It's not sliding. If anything, it's understeering a little bit, but in scrap, understeer's a little okay. Because things I find in this tend to either just spin or roll. Go to the interior. And a nice little interior. Shifter, handbrake, everything. Looks like a little gauge pod on either side. Simple suspension, but works. We've got the engine in there. Header down to the exhaust out the back. Separate intakes for each cylinder. Exhaust all the way. Ooh, it even crosses over. That's a nice little detail. And then there's the little point where it turns out the back. This is cool. I like it. I like the little details. For me, it's not the really big or extravagant things that people build in this. It's the little details that you manage to fit into it. And this is actually a lot of fun to drive. So definitely if you're looking for a rally car or a truck to pull them to the track with or whatever, this is definitely a good day for community builds. Not the words I wanted to use, but you know what I mean. This thing actually handles really well, I'm surprised. But I am going to move on to the next one. And that handles really well, I'm surprised. Especially taking jumps, it just kinda soaked them up. Going across the bumps, it wasn't the great, but going off and landing a jump, it was good. This is a TUS Sadichi by Dirtpaw13. I think it's Sadichi. It's probably Italian. If I'm saying it with an Italian accent, so Sadichi. I believe they said... It's the wrong button. I believe they said it was a V16 race car. I don't have the thing pulled up at the moment, but yeah. Looks like a V16, old school kind of race car, like a kazoo racer or whatever they were. These things back in the day were nuts. No suspension, so it's probably just fast. Probably just fast. Simple interior. I like how you put the lights in there to act as gauges or something. That looks cool. Yeah, let's see how fast this is. This is almost something I'd actually expect to see in Scrap Mechanic though, because there isn't really any glitch welding that I can see. And this would be perfect to just get from point A to point B in Scrap, and it's simple parts, simple to build. I like it. With the ride height, you could probably manage to put sport springs on it just for an extra little bit of comfiness. But this is awesome. I really like it. I don't know why, but I really like it. Maybe blue and white instead of green and black. Yeah, I like it. It reminds me of the old kazoo racers, like I said, and those things were nuts. Just 4 wheels, a body, an engine, and pure speed around corners with terrible, terrible tires. Awesome. But I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time on this one. Like, I'm probably going to move on already. You can see a little bit of drivetrain through there, so lots of little details, but not much to check out. There is an engine in here. Okay. Whatever that was. So there is an engine in there. It does look good. I didn't expect you to actually have an engine in here. Holy. Okay. So yeah, if you're looking for a really cool race car, check this out. There's more detail in it than I thought there was. I'm glad I took an extra second to check it out. But yeah, this thing is awesome. I highly recommend checking it out. Especially if you like race cars, old ones. So much little detail, gearbox, everything. Yeah, definitely glad I took that extra second, because I didn't realize there was actually an engine in there. You can't see it from this angle. But either way, I am going to move on now. Interesting intake. Okay, moving on. I got one or two more. One more. This is a Hellbore Mark II Rally by Honcho Boots. Once again, description didn't copy over, so I'll just check it out. Looks like the hood opens at least. Yes, it does. With a switch controlled by the seat, probably. Other seat. There we go, okay. So, left signal. Right signal. Lights. Horn. And this goes to back here, but is all... So does the hood open or no? Is it up here? Oh, it's right there. Okay, there we go. Little itty bitty 4-cylinder. This thing's awesome. I don't know why I like 4 cylinders, I just do. It's so compact in here. You've got the normal engine tucked inside it, and the actual, like, model engine wrapped around it. Simple little interior. Lots of space in the back, though. Like, you could actually store something in here. This is awesome. I love it when vehicles actually have interior space in this that you could use. Like, even if you just put a couple chests in it and act like you put stuff in them, you know what I mean? But yeah. This is awesome. Let's take it for a drive. Once again, it looks kind of like an Escort or maybe even a Corolla or something, but this is cool. I like how it has a little front subframe there again, and I didn't check out the suspension or anything. I should do that. I should stop forgetting about suspension. Okay. Simple rear straight axle that's tucked up. Nice full exhaust. You got a drive shaft. Simple front suspension, just with some fancy bearing work. Get the wheels to turn how I wanted. A little bit of front subframe there. And yeah, just a simple, good-looking, fun-to-drive car. I think it's all-wheel drive. It feels like it. I forgot to look at that, but oh well. I need to get a new map with like racetracks and stuff set up. But yeah, as you can see, this actually handles really nicely. Really nice though. It even drifts nicely. Like, I don't think it was meant to be a drift car, but as a rally car, oopsies, I rest my finger on space too much. This would make a very fun, like, daily / rally car. It slides just enough to have fun, but it goes straight enough to go straight. If that makes sense. I'm not good with words right now. It jumps well. It runs into rocks. But yeah, either way, I am going to end off for this week. Bunch of awesome creations as usual. If you would like to send in your creation, there will be a link to my Discord channel in the description. And then on the channel, there will be a scrap mechanic section. And then in there will be vanilla community builds. Right now, I'm only doing community or vanilla stuff because, as I mentioned before, the downloading thing. But either way, probably on each Friday, again, I'll record and upload community builds and so on and so forth. Probably gonna go back to once we get to their 10 a week again and then 1 per person, but whatever. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like this week's creations as much as I do. And thanks for watching.